Welcome to the world of 1984, a place where your thoughts are no longer your own, where truth is just another lie, and where love, trust, and reality are outlawed. In this chilling universe created by George Orwell, known as Oceania, Big Brother sees everything. Freedom is forbidden, and memories are manipulated. This is not just fiction, it's a warning, a mirror to our world, and a glimpse into a future that may already be here. Over the next 10 powerful chapters, we will dive deep into this dystopian nightmare, exploring every twist, every fear, and every silent scream of rebellion. Each part will unravel secrets, expose darkness, and bring you closer to the chilling truth behind Orwell's masterpiece. Join us as we journey through Part 1, the world of Big Brother. Imagine a world where your thoughts are no longer yours. Truth is rewritten, memories are erased, and freedom is a crime. This is the world of Oceania, where Winston Smith, an ordinary man, is plagued by doubt in a world where doubt is the greatest fear of the party. As an employee at the Ministry of Truth, Winston witnesses history being edited, deleted, and reshaped, where lies are turned into facts. The world around him is cold, colorless, and under constant surveillance. Telescreens watch your every move, and facial expressions can get you arrested. Every wall is adorned with giant posters, reminding you that Big Brother is watching you. The government controls not just your actions, but your thoughts, language, and dreams, creating a new language, newspeak, with no words for freedom or rebellion. Even if you wanted to resist, you couldn't even think how. Winston is tired of the lies, the fake smiles, and the forced cheers. In a daring act of rebellion, he begins to write in a diary, a dangerous and illegal act in Oceania. He writes, "Down with Big Brother," knowing that in this world, even writing that could mean death. But Winston doesn't stop, fueled by a faint, fragile hope that still burns inside him. So join us as we dive deeper into this world, where once you enter, there's no unseeing it. Are you ready to take the journey with us? Part 2, History of Truth. A place where history is not recorded, but rewritten. It is a grand machine of lies. In Orwell's world, where facts are bent, and yesterday can vanish with a stroke of a pen, meet Winston Smith, our quiet protagonist, who works here not by choice, but by the system's design. His job is to rewrite past newspaper articles, to match the party's ever-changing narrative. Even if Big Brother says they were never at war, even if thousands died, Winston must comply. In this ministry, truth is not truth. It is obedience. Winston begins to question, silently, secretly, and dangerously. Writing in a diary becomes an act of rebellion punishable by death. Every word, every sentence is a risk against the storm of surveillance. In a world where telescreens watch you and microphones listen to your very breath, freedom of thought is treason. Winston's curiosity grows like a spark in a dry forest, as he starts to notice contradictions like war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. These slogans echo through the city as Winston's doubts deepen. But in Oceania, even your thoughts can betray you. And as Winston's doubt deepens, so does the danger. Stay vigilant, for in this world, even the smallest act of rebellion can have grave consequences. Welcome to Orwell's world, where truth is a rare commodity, and lies reign supreme in the Ministry of Truth. Part 3, where suspicion lurks around every corner, Winston notices her. A girl with dark hair, who works in the fiction department, a girl who he believes might be watching him. He fears her, suspecting she may be a spy, or a member of the thought police. One day, as they cross paths in the cold, gray corridors of the ministry, she falls and slips. As Winston rushes to help her, she hurriedly presses something into his hand, a tiny, folded piece of paper. His heart pounds and hands shake as he waits, until he's alone to unfold it. There, in 5 simple, explosive words, it says, "I love you." In a world where love is forbidden, that note is a ticking bomb. But instead of running, Winston feels hope and dares to believe in something real for The first time in years, they begin to meet in secret, in hidden alcoves and crowded streets, where every moment together is a rebellion and every kiss is a scream of freedom. Her name is Julia, and she doesn't just love him, she also hates the party. Together, they find a secret place above, an old antique shop where they can escape the telescreens and microphones and find peace and the illusion of safety. For a while, they dream, talk, laugh, and make love, feeling human again. But deep inside, Winston can't shake the fear, knowing that in Oceania, every dream has a price. Part 4. In a world where silence and fear reign, a whisper can feel like thunder. Winston and Julia's secret romance continues, in stolen moments and hidden kisses, their whispers echoing in the dark. But Winston yearns for more than just love. He craves truth, revolution, and the downfall of Big Brother. Enter O'Brien, a high-ranking party member, exuding calm confidence and power. There's something different about him, a flicker of rebellion hidden beneath his cold exterior. One day, O'Brien cryptically offers Winston a chance to see the latest edition of the Newspeak Dictionary, a clear signal that this is more than just about vocabulary. In O'Brien's lavish, telescreen-free apartment, he utters the words that ignite hope in Winston's heart. You are not alone. O'Brien reveals the existence of the Brotherhood, a secret movement led by the elusive Emmanuel Goldstein, the party's arch-enemy. He extends an invitation to Winston to join the fight against the party's tyranny. Handing Winston the book, Goldstein's Forbidden Manifesto, O'Brien opens his eyes to the party's manipulative ways, the endless wars, and the manufacturing of truth. As Winston absorbs the words with Julia in their secret room, each page brings both revelation and a deep sense of dread. In Orwell's world, where hope is dangerous and nothing is as it seems, Winston and Julia cling to the belief that maybe, just maybe, they can overthrow Big Brother. But as they journey deeper into the depths of the Brotherhood's truths, the sense of impending danger grows stronger, leaving both the characters and the readers on edge. The illusion of safety shattered in an instant. Hidden away above the antique shop, Winston and Julia thought they were free from prying eyes. But the reality was far crueler. With a chilling voice, the truth was revealed. They were being watched all along. Betrayed by Mr. Charrington, the supposed ally turned out to be a loyal agent of the oppressive thought police. Caught in a storm of black uniforms and shouts, Winston and Julia were torn apart and dragged into the Ministry of Love. But there was no love to be found in that place, only torture and suffering under the ruthless reign of O'Brien. Promises of rebellion were nothing but lies, as O'Brien turned his brutal methods on Winston, breaking him down until he could no longer distinguish reality from manipulation. But among the torment, one thing remained constant: Winston's undying love for Julia. In the depths of despair, Winston held on to the last flicker of hope. But O'Brien had one final chamber to reveal. Room 101, a place of ultimate horror and psychological torment. Will Winston's love be enough to withstand the relentless cruelty of the party? In Room 101, your worst fear resides. It is the place where your deepest nightmares come to life. Winston, unaware of what awaits him, is brought to Room 101 by O'Brien, a smile of power on his face. Strapped into a chair, Winston is faced with a cage holding two giant, starving rats, the same creatures that haunted his childhood fears. As O'Brien slowly opens the doors of the cage, the rats hiss, scratch, and smell blood, sending Winston into a state of pure terror. In a moment of desperation, Winston betrays Julia, begging for the rats to be unleashed on her instead. The party's goal is not just obedience, but total surrender of the self. After Room 101, Winston is broken, his love, truth, and identity stripped away, leaving him as an empty shell of who he once was. Released without trial or explanation, Winston is no longer himself. The death of his soul is enough for the party. In Oceania, Room 101 marks the ultimate demise of oneself, leaving behind only emptiness and despair. Once a man who yearned for freedom, Winston now walks the streets with a straighter back, empty eyes, and a perfectly silent mind. He sits in a dusty cafe, drinking victory gin and playing chess with himself beneath the watchful gaze of Big Brother. He remembers her, Julia, and by chance, they meet again. Both have changed, speaking in broken words and admitting their betrayal of each other. There is no anger or pain, only numbness and separation. Winston returns to the cafe, the gin, and the gaze of Big Brother. And then it happens. He feels something as he watches the screen and hears the news of a great military victory. A warmth, pride, and a single tear roll down his cheek. In that final fatal moment, Winston loves Big Brother. The legacy of 1984 lives on as the machine that crushes the human spirit continues its relentless march. Winston's story may have reached its conclusion, but the true horror lies in what it has unleashed upon us all. This isn't just a tale of one man, one woman, or a government's tyranny. It's about control, a system so insidious, so cunning, that it doesn't just quash rebellion, it extinguishes the very spark of resistance within us. The party doesn't seek mere obedience. It craves love, devotion, and the blind acceptance of lies. It demands that we believe 2 + 2 = 5, with unwavering conviction. In this twisted reality, truth is a mere illusion. History is a fabrication. Love is forbidden, hate is compulsory. War is peace, freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength. When we willingly embrace these falsehoods, not under duress, but by choice, we forfeit everything we hold dear. Orwell didn't craft 1984 as a work of fiction, but as a stark warning. His words serve as a harrowing reminder that the nightmarish world he depicted could easily become our own, a chilling truth that could befall anyone, anywhere, including you. In an age of constant surveillance, malleable truths, fear is a weapon, and language so twisted it loses all meaning. Freedom becomes a hollow concept, and our very essence, as free beings, fades from memory. We must not forget that we were once free, lest we succumb to the machine that seeks to crush our spirits. In the world of 1984, every line written is carefully designed to shape a dark architecture of power. Big Brother is not merely a person. He is a presence that looms over every aspect of life. His image on posters, his watchful eyes on every wall, he is everywhere, yet remains unseen in real life, existing only as a symbol of absolute surveillance and control. The telescreens, not just broadcasting, but also spying on every home, every room, every move made. The brilliance of the system lies in the uncertainty of being watched, forcing self-censorship and self-policing, making individuals constantly monitor themselves. Newspeak, the party's new language, systematically erases words to limit thoughts. The death of language leading to the death of freedom, as the ability to articulate dissent diminishes. So does the concept itself. Language being power, it is reduced, cut, and twisted until rebellion becomes linguistically impossible. The ministries in 1984, named ironically, opposite to their functions, serve to destroy meaning, confuse minds, and discourage questioning. Lies are spread under the ministry of truth, wars waged under the ministry of peace, torture under the ministry of love, and poverty created under the ministry of plenty. Doublethink, the ability to believe two contradictory ideas simultaneously, is the core of the party's power. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. The party governs not through force, but through the manipulation of reality itself, forcing individuals to accept the unacceptable and believe the unbelievable. In the twisted world of 1984, control is maintained not through physical dominance, but through the ultimate power of shaping perception and reality. Close the book and open your eyes, because the chilling reality of 1984 is not just a work of fiction, it's a potential future for all of us. Think we're living in a free society? Take a closer look. There are cameras on every street, phones listening in on our conversations, and algorithms tracking our every thought before we even think it. The party once said, "Who controls the past, controls the future. Who controls the present, controls the past." And now, history is being edited, facts are being debated, and reality is being sold to the highest bidder. We may not have telescreens like Winston feared, but we carry them in our pockets, willingly and even lovingly addicted to them. We believe we are informed. We believe we are free. But are we really in a world where attention is a currency and truth is a brand? We have become the product. Orwell didn't predict the future. He warned us about human nature and how easily power can corrupt, how fragile truth is, and how fear can silence even the loudest voices. 1984 isn't just about the future. It's about the eternal struggle for power and control. Remember, if there's hope, it lies in the proles, in each of us. It's up to us to read, to question, to speak, and to resist. Because the moment we stop doing that, 2 + 2 will equal 5, and that's a world none of us wants to live in. Do you see the truth? When you look into the mirror of 1984, the story of Winston isn't just about him. It's about power, silence, and surrender. It's a reflection of our own thoughts, choices, and voices. The battle isn't some distant dystopia. It's right here in our world. But if we remember the truth, if enough of us stand up, then Big Brother might watch, but he'll never win. Let's not let history repeat itself. Let's make our final word one of defiance against oppression.